I'm sure that you've gone through such amazing periods in the gym where you were gaining muscle, you're making serious progress, but then somehow you just lose the progress. Either you get sick, or for some reason you can't go to the gym, something happens and now you think that, no, I don't have time to go to the gym, or you just lose motivation, or even sometimes you just don't have money to go to the gym. I don't know, but for some odd reason, whenever you reach a certain point, you just stop going to the gym, you stop making progress, you start reverting back to your old self. And I know that these things seem like they're just random occurrences. The world is just against me. The obstacle is the way. Like, random things are just happening to you. But I promise you right now that these things are not random occurrences. They're actually your fault. And I know that sounds weird. Like, how is it my fault that I got sick, that I couldn't go to the gym? How is it my fault that suddenly this thing came up and I couldn't go? I promise you it's your fault, and I'm going to tell you exactly why in this video. But before I continue, the first link in the description will take you to this paid community that I have, where I help specifically skinny people gain weight, because I've never been fat. I've never had an issue of losing weight. My natural state is losing weight, but I have had an issue of gaining weight. So in there, you'll be able to find so many things like the mindset you need, the specific workouts that I did to get from this to that. So yeah, if you're interested, click the first link in the description. I've had 2 phases in my gym journey where this was a big thing. See, last year, I couldn't get past 80 kgs, or to be specific, 80.5 kgs. I'll go to the gym, be serious, putting in progress, putting in the work every single day, and I'll get to like 80.5 kgs. And then somehow my money runs out and I can't go to the gym. Somehow I get sick and I lose 4 kgs. Somehow now I just have this thing and I can't go to the gym, and I'm just like, what's going on? Why can't I just get past this point? Is it because I'm not meant to get past the point? Is it just because things are unlucky in my life right now and I just have these random things? I genuinely wanted. And this kept on going on for about 6-7 months until I realized that I couldn't see myself being heavier than I was. See, I had reached the ceiling of my self-image. I only saw myself as I was then, and I couldn't see myself as more. I thought in my mind that I was always going to be like that. And I know that sounds stupid. I know it sounds weird. Like, obviously you thought you're going to be better. But I've learned that when it comes to the matters of the subconscious mind, you genuinely never know. You actually never know until you truly analyze yourself and to see what you actually think. Once I started forcing myself to believe that, I can gain 2 kgs, I can gain 3 more kgs, I gained the weight. I started gaining weight and it was easier than it was to maintain 80.5. And I was like, you know what? In that moment, I realized how important your mind is, especially when it comes to fitness. I was surprised to see how much my mind could genuinely affect my fitness, my body. Because to me, fitness is probably one of the most practical things. You put the input in, like you go to the gym, you eat, you're going to get the output. But I've seen that it's not that simple, because your mind controls what you input. If your mind isn't in the right place, you're not going to input as much as you think you actually are. You may think you're doing everything perfect, but your mind is just holding you back. So if you're in this position where you can't go above a certain weight, you gym for 3 months, you reach that ceiling, and then somehow you drop 3 kgs. And then you reach that ceiling, and then you drop 4 kgs. And then you work. You just go past that ceiling, then you drop weight again. If you're in this position, your issue isn't a practical issue. It isn't an issue of like, I need to eat just a bit more. I need to push just 1 more set in the gym so that I make sure that my muscle is being fatigued. Because you've proven to yourself that you can gain weight. In fact, you gain weight many times a year. The problem is you just lose it. So like I said, your problem isn't a practical issue in terms of what you can hold with your hands and like push the weight and eat the food. Your issue is a mental issue. It's to do with how you see yourself, your self-image, and what you think you're capable of doing, where you think your ceiling is. And unless you change how you view yourself, unless you change what you think you deserve, what you think you can attain, that's not going to happen. You're going to go through that same cycle for the next 10 years, and then eventually you're going to get to your 30s, 40s, and then now you can't gain weight. Like now you just don't have as much testosterone, your body isn't going to gain muscle as readily, and you would have wasted your 20s, you would have wasted even your late teenage years just working and not being able to go past the ceiling. So I promise you that this is probably one of the most important things you can do outside of actually doing the work in the gym. And the reason why people just throw this away is because it's to do with the subconscious mind. If you don't believe you can go past a certain point, subconsciously you're going to find ways to sabotage yourself. I promise you. You find a way to spin, you'll be like, you know what, I'll be fine. Gym membership, I'll think about it later. You just randomly get sick. Right? You will randomly just do something. No, I can't go to the gym. I don't know what your reasons are. For me, it was always getting sick, losing motivation, and just the money for the gym would just disappear. I have these two friends. They're probably two of my closest friends. These guys, whenever they say, I'm gymming, I want to gain weight, I don't take them seriously because they've gone through the same cycle. These guys, they go 2-3 months in the gym, serious. Then they always reach the same exact point where they're looking, okay, you're looking like this, right? And then they just stop going. Either they get sick, or funds get low, or whatever. At first, I couldn't understand. I was just like, these guys are not disciplined. But they've proven that they're disciplined in those times, those 3 months where they're going every single day. And I realized that it was their self-image, it was the way they viewed themselves that was affecting their progress. These same two people, for the past 2 years, have been saying, I'm gonna get greasy. Greasy is slang for strong and like big where I'm from. They'll be like, I'm gonna get strong, I'm gonna get muscular, whatever. For the past 2 years, they always get to the same ceiling and down, same ceiling, down, same ceiling, down. And surely when you're going through that cycle, you have to realize that the ceiling, what you're doing isn't the problem, it's what you're thinking. Eventually, you have to be like, you know what? Let me stop looking at the gym. Let me stop tweaking practically. Let me see what I can tweak inside of my mind. People underestimate the power of the mind. See, there have been numerous studies where they give people just a random pill, which is literally a sugar pill, and they give another group of people an actual pill that's supposed to cure what the pill is for, right? But they tell both groups that, you know what? This pill here is going to cure you. You know, the group that gets that sugar pill, that's not supposed to do anything, hypothetically, they end up healing just as much as the group that has the actual pill that's meant to heal. And that just shows the power of your mind, the power of what you believe. When you truly believe something, you will make a way. When you truly believe that, you know what, I have a standard that I hold myself to, I'm going to get to this weight, and it's totally possible for me, you will make a way. You'll find $60 to pay for that gym membership out of nowhere. And I know that. Why? Because I was in that position for many months. I would just find the money to pay for gym. Or my dad would be like, you know what, I'm going to pay for your gym now. And I'll be like, you know what, lovely. But then on the flip side, right, people underestimate how much their mindset can hold back their progress. Because if you don't believe you can do a certain thing, if you can't see yourself getting to a certain weight, getting past a certain physique, then how are you going to get past that weight? How on earth are you going to do that? You're going to find a way to stop yourself from doing that. Your body might just get sick. You might just lose your money. You might even just lose motivation. So now at this point, you're probably asking, okay, how do I do this? And it's simple. The key is visualization. What you need to do is visualize yourself as what you want to be. So when you look in the mirror, see yourself as your pump. So you know how you have a pump after an amazing workout and your muscles are pumped up, and after 30 minutes it goes away. See yourself as that. Because if you see yourself as that and you actually do the work every single day, which isn't a problem for you because you can do it until you reach a certain point. If you do that, eventually you're going to become that. Again, you're probably thinking, that's so stupid. How can seeing myself as big help? Everyone who has gone to the gym has seen that skinny kid who started gymming 2 months ago, and they're walking out like, let me stand up. They're like walking like, they're walking like this with their arms like out like this, right? And you just look at them and you're just like, this person's stupid. Why are you walking around like that? You are not that big. But the funny thing is, they inevitably become that big. Like 9 times out of 10, they actually become as big as what they're walking like. What them walking like this represents is like a change of self-image, kind of. Because you can say, stop walking like this. You've only gained like half a kg, right? You literally look the same. But they're seeing themselves as something different. And eventually, they become that something different. So you need to start seeing yourself as what you want to become. If that's 5 kgs heavier with a bit more muscle on your lower chest, then so be it. See, all these examples truly show the power of your mind. Like, your mind is controlling how big you're going to get. When you view yourself as slightly bigger than you actually are, right? It's like reverse body dysmorphia. I'm sure you've seen that many people, many creators will be talking about how they have body dysmorphia and how they feel that they're never big enough. That's because they're always viewing themselves as the person that started the gym. They're always viewing themselves as the person who was 60 kgs, who was literally just skin and bone and was insecure about how they looked. Now they've changed. They've gained 15 kgs of muscle, 10 kgs of muscle. They're a completely different person. But still, they view themselves as that person. And hence why they have the body dysmorphia. So when you change the way that you view yourself, you also change the narrative that goes on in your head. You will no longer be telling yourself, I'm so small, I need to gain weight. In fact, you'll be telling yourself, I'm getting large, I'm getting muscular, I'm making progress, I'm looking big. And now your body will be a source of confidence, not a source of concern, not a source of insecurity. Because I think the worst thing is to put so much effort into the gym and come out with an insecurity stronger than the one you had before. Like, people get into the gym because they have a weak body, because they're insecure about how they look. But then the more they gym, the more insecure they get about how they look, because their self-image hasn't adjusted with who they actually are now. So if you use this way of thinking about yourself, viewing yourself, I promise you that body dysmorphia will be one of those things that you're just like, people have body dysmorphia, that's crazy. But just try this. Whatever you've been doing clearly doesn't work. So you might as well try what I'm telling you and see how it goes. So again, if you're interested in the community, all the courses that are in there, all the different modules, then click the first link in the description and it will take you there. Cheers.